Well, with me in the studio, Danny Ayalon is the former Israeli ambassador to the United States. We're also joined by Brigadier General Israel Relik Shafir, former commander and former combat pilot in the Israeli Air Force. Welcome to you both. So, Danny, some rare good news: the first hostage to be rescued by the IDF.
Well, I think this vindicates also the, let's say, the policy of the government not to capitulate to Hamas and not to play to their manipulative, cynical, psychological warfare. And they all said from the start that actually what the operation in Gaza can do is only help as much as possible to secure the release of the hostages, and not sitting idly, and certainly not playing into Hamas, who just wanted to buy time, to regroup and all that. So I believe that this will continue, and we have the full backing of the United States, understanding that Hamas has to be demolished, not just for Israel's sake, for all the Arab countries, all the moderate regimes in the region, for the leadership of the United States and the West vis-a-vis Iran and vis-a-vis the backers of Iran, which are Russia and China.
Do you agree with that, Relik Shafir? We've got some very good news. Does this vindicate the government's policy, the government's strategy in Gaza?
I think it's an important mission, but I wouldn't put it as something that exemplifies anything. We're in a war with Hamas. We're targeting Hamas and trying to demolish their capabilities and leadership. And the fact that we were able to rescue that soldier leaves more to be discovered on the actual happening. How did it happen? How did we know? But I think we should be happy with every such occurrence, but let's not deter and let's not be happy because one sparrow does not foretell of the spring.
238 people, of course, are still being held in Gaza. In the last few moments, Benny Gantz, who is part of the unity government, says that Israel will use every means to return hostages from Gaza. Presumably, young Private Megiddish will have a lot of intelligence herself to give. I'm sure,
and as the military progresses, although very carefully, very slowly. I mean, this is part of a grand operational logic, to do it very, very slowly, very meticulously, not only, first of all, I guess, to save Israeli lives, the soldiers, but also, secondly, to degrade capabilities of Hamas, and, of course, to collect up-to-date intelligence, which is also very, very important. So I guess right now, the time works now for us, for Israel. Usually, in such operations, the time would not work on our side because of the political clock that would be ticking. Whether
You're
it's
talking about the international
community, the United Nations Security Council, and all that. But today, when we have the backing of the United States, that really gives us I would say, the opportunity to do what the military wants to do without this, I would say, exogenic considerations, and constraints, So nobody's now going after the military and telling them, you have to rush it. When you rush it, there is it's a give and take. When you rush it, you lose more lives. You risk more, of the military life. So I think right now, Israel, as much as we can say, we are in a place where we want to be from a military point of view. Politically, of course, we'll have to see how the war ends. I'm talking politically on the international arena. And then, of course, there will be a lot of reckoning to do here in Israel after the war.
Absolutely, a lot of questions to be asked. And just to point out, the IDF has also named 3 more soldiers who have been killed during the ongoing war in the Gaza Strip. And the total number of soldiers, officers and reservists who have been killed is now 315. That's including of course, the day of the attacks.